When our needs aren't met, our negativity bias grows stronger and more prevalent. And so, first of all, what is negativity bias? Well, it's our tendency to not just register negative stimulus, but also to dwell on things that we don't have. So we have to think of this in the context of what our needs are. Now, as a leader, sometimes, and maybe even oftentimes, this can show up around pay, salary, what people are earning. Money is something that is on the table because, as far as the employee is concerned, their needs for how much they earn aren't being met. Now, this was something that was fairly common when I was leading groups of people. And often what would come up in that dialogue led to a lot of discussion consistently over and over and over again. Perks that they didn't have, that other people had, that their pay wasn't fair in the industry or even amongst the team, lack of opportunity within the workplace, others getting more than they were getting. They felt they weren't being able to do their best. They were working really hard, but not getting paid for it. And of course, when negativity bias increases, performance often decreases because that focused lens at which the individual is looking through is one that is detrimental to creativity, problem solving, optimism, feelings of wellness. Those are the spaces in which we're quite productive and effective. So what's a leader to do? How does a leader manage these kinds of conversations? The first thing we have to do from an emotional intelligence standpoint is being aware of our own negativity bias. Are we talking like this as leaders with our employees around who has what, who doesn't have what, how much you're getting paid, how much you're not getting paid, if you didn't get a bonus that year? Are you talking like that? Second is to allow the other person, your employee, to be heard, to be seen. Allow them to speak about how they're feeling. Third is to ask them to recognize their beliefs, the thinking that is leading them to how they're feeling, the beliefs that is leading them to how they're feeling. Fourth is to ask them to stay in the feeling that they're experiencing, whether it's blame or shame or unfairness, disappointment. Ask them if they can stay in that feeling without adding judgment or thoughts to it. And fifth is then to start exploring that while the feeling is real, are the beliefs and thinking true? This leads us to problem solving. What's to be done? And in essence, responsibility and ownership lies in the hands of the employee for where they're at compared to where they would like to be, and what exactly it's going to take for them to get there. You see, when we think about pay and salary, sometimes as a leader, your hands are bound by policies, procedures, wage bands. Sometimes you can't meet the expectations of the employee. And so yes, we have to manage those expectations, but we also need to be able to coach our people when they're faced with a problem like my need around salary isn't being met, and we know that we aren't going to be able to meet it. How do we help our employees to navigate to the space they want to be at?